Hey, it's Nikki, Lewallen, Gregory, Chief Meaningful Work Officer from People Forward Network, and I am riding a high right now. We just came back from our 2024 annual team retreat, and I thought I'd love to just share with you why we do our retreats, what we do, some of the activities, some key takeaways. I hope that this inspires you to plan retreats in the future or sharpen your retreats, or if you're outside of retreats doing gatherings with your team or maybe even one-on-ones, like how you enhance those. So I'm going to do a deep dive quickly into our 2024 team retreat. And I want to start with the why we do this. We create a document that our team shares to plan this retreat, and it all starts with the why. And there are 5 bullet points on this document that I'm looking at right now. Number 1 is bonding and relationship building. So, yes, we talk to each other very regularly, and we have pretty darn good engagement with what we do, but there is nothing like getting away from the norm and the screen and being able to just spend time together, and the organic conversations that come up when you don't have an agenda. It's pretty awesome. So, bonding and relationship building. The next is learning from each other. Mentoring is so powerful. I don't even imagine what my life would be like if I didn't have the mentors that I have. My mentors are what have built me and shaped me. And gosh, I say thanks to them a lot. And I think that we can be much better at mentoring in our companies because there are incredible people with unique strengths, and everyone has things they're passionate about or that they're great at. And how do we create a forum for us to mentor each other? Or what is mentoring? Knowledge transfer. We know something and we share that with someone else to help them learn it. So we do a lot of learning from each other at our retreat. The third thing is sharpening ourselves. And we focus on the sharpening ourselves, like making ourselves better from a mind, body, soul, and then professional development or company development. And then the practice of the life wheel, which is our whole life, and how, you know, work is just a piece of it. It's a huge piece, but we have roles as parents and spouses and volunteers and, travel people, all the things. And so we spend time sharpening ourselves in all of those areas. And then the next why is we discuss priority business topics without time constraints. Yes, we have an agenda, but it is the opportunity to be agile with that agenda and focus on getting away and being able to really think without the pressure of time and all the things that are coming in, inbound from our email inboxes and texts and things like that. So priority business topics. And then finally, we get away in nature to ground ourselves and to recharge. I've never heard a person say that the outdoors, the great outdoors, doesn't rejuvenate them. It's just magic. And so the why behind our retreats and being in a cabin in the woods with no neighbors around is because we go there to, really advance ourselves and get away from the normal that we're in every day. And so this year, our retreat was like 2.5 days. We started at 11 o'clock one day and then went through that day. Obviously, the next day we had a full day. And then the following day, we wrapped up about noon. And it's just an awesome opportunity to get away from all the things, work and life, to be able to enjoy and do these bullet points that I just shared with you about the why. The next thing is I wanted to walk through our agenda, what we do at our retreat. And the key here is co creation of the agenda. So I would say that we start planning for this, I don't know, 2 months in advance. I keep a running list of ideas for our annual retreat that are just like on the notes on my phone. But I start to create a shared document where we all are co creating this agenda together and giving feedback about 2 months before the retreat. And so I'm going to walk you through what we co created together. So we got a chance to arrive, get settled, check out this big cabin. It was 3 floors and all these decks and, the beautiful great outdoors, even in the wintertime when you don't have the beautiful leaves, but there's just something about that nature. And got settled. And then we kicked off with a lunch. Our lunch conversation was around intention setting. So we all talked about what makes this experience a hell yes for you. Each individual person shared, and we documented that. And so much of, what was an individual hell yes experience was much of the why, like to get grounded, to spend time getting to know each other better, to recharge, to be able to just talk without time constraints. It was interesting that everyone sounded very similar, and it was a lot of fun to set that intention together and be rooted in that from the very first thing that we did. And then we walked into the Y.os. This is a tool brought to us by the Y Institute. We have a team member, Jennifer Chapman, who we call Jiff. She led us through advancing our why, how, and what. It is a report that you take through the Y Institute. And if you're interested in that, if you're a leader that is interested in learning yours, if you're familiar with Simon Sinek's work, really this comes from his work, and it helps to put terminology into our why, and then how, and then what. Super awesome tool, and Jiff helped us go deeper, and each of us really understanding our why, how, and what, and getting feedback from each other. It was a powerful session. Can't recommend that enough. And if you'd like to learn more, I'd love to connect you with Jiff, and I'd love to chat with you about it because it's something I'm passionate about. And then we walked into our strengths, and we went deeper with our strengths with one of our partners, Greg Frederick. He led us into a deeper conversation about our strengths and the uniqueness that each of us hold. It's 1 in 33 million chance that your strengths report is someone else's strengths report. Is that crazy or what? So all of us want to live in our strengths. Like, it helps us flow. It's like, oh, I like the work that I'm doing. This is enjoyable versus like, this is a drag because I'm not working in my strength space. So it was great to go deeper into our strengths and really understand where our healthy behaviors in operating from our strengths is, like that sweet spot, and then also to look at the other side. On the far end of our strengths report is our least heaviest strength, and whether we're looking at that, and how we can find somebody else on the team that can be our yin to the yang, or in our top strengths, what's our kryptonite? Like, what are the things that from a strengths place, we can go overboard, and then it's not benefiting the people around us. So that was so awesome. After that, we took a little break, and then we went into our goals for 2024. And then we did the love, hate, good, bad exercise. Have you ever done that before? It's so fascinating. You take a piece of paper, and then you cut it into fours. So you got 4 blocks on your paper, and the top left is love and good, which equals flow. To the right of that, you have love and bad, which equals growth. And then down to the left, you have hate and good, which equals apathy. And then the far right is hate and bad, which equals ineffective or a time suck. So in each of these quadrants, you're putting, okay, what's the work that I love to do and I'm good at? Okay. Versus what's the work that I hate to do and I'm bad at, right? So love and good, love and bad, hate and good, hate and bad. I don't really love the word hate, but you get the point. And it really helps you to see, basically the two quadrants that are so powerful is the love and good. This is your flow state. And then the love and bad, that's your growth opportunity. So, love it, but I'm not good at it. Scalability for me and profitability. It's something like I really need to level up on. I love it, but I'm not that great at it. And so I made a plan personally for that. Each of us went through, and some of the key takeaways were, wow, I should be leveraging Ashley for this. Or, oh my gosh, I need to pull Stephanie in on this project, because you see where there's opportunities to bring people in that are better at it than you. And hey, Chelsea, let's get that off your plate, right? That kind of, example comes from this. It was really powerful. And then we kept a running list of all of our challenges or problems to solve. So, this big, like, white sticky flip chart paper, we put that up on the wall. And, by the end of the retreat, we had a full paper, but it was only one paper. It wasn't super overwhelming. It's like, yes, we filled that paper, but we started this, like, what are our top challenges and problems to solve? And that'll just grow over the conversation throughout this retreat. And so we got that started. And then in this section, we also talked about our 2024 goals, and then really tied in our love, bad, good, hate, and our strengths with how do we optimize or create a better way to get these goals accomplished, and had a little discussion on that. So that's pretty cool. And then we walked into a innovative marketing brainstorm. We have this one initiative that we're really excited to launch, and we just sat around on the couches and, grabbed a drink, and we did a lot of energy drinks there, let alone some cocktails at night. But we really brainstormed out some ideas, and then our director of marketing, Ashley, she's like capturing all of these ideas, and now we're working to bring this to life. So it was a fun brainstorm on a topic that everyone got a hand in. And then we went into just our evening and did a little debrief and then cooked food, and we ate and drank and had fun. And then we played a really fun game and just really enjoyed the cabin. We had planned to do a spa session for the ladies. And I brought a little like spa session kit that each person got, but we ended up not doing that because we got wrapped up in our game and our discussion and all of that. The next day, this was our full day at the retreat. We had two optional sessions in the morning. One was a 30-minute prayer clock exercise. This is an opportunity to tap into your, spiritual faith side. And so it was optional. And then this is where you become agile because our prayer clock exercise went a little bit longer. We ended up shifting to a quick conversation around morning routine. And I shared my practice for my morning routine. And then everybody got to chime in and ask questions and things. How we start our day sets the tone for our day. And how can we make that better? And each person's morning routine is unique. And that was a lot of fun. And then Stephanie Hicks taught us her amazing skills on crafting emails that get responses. She made us a worksheet that had just great tips on that. And we all got to, learn from her best practices. She gave us verbiage to try. And so that was a lot of fun because all of us sometimes get frustrated and bang our head up against a wall with like, why are we not getting responses? Or how can we do that better? And she's really great at that. So that was a mentoring spotlight by Stephanie to teach us how to craft better emails to get responses. And then we had some guest presenters, and I got to pick these people. I know other people on my team are huge fans of them, but we did a high vibe tribe experience with Amy Woodall and Desiree Garcia. And this is deep inner work stuff. We talked about Cartman's drama triangle and, the victim, rescuer, persecutor, and, just drama at work and ego, and just really learned more about like the roles that we take. Like there's greatness in ego, like there's good there and then there's bad there. And how do we, get our ego under control and really leverage it for a healthy place? And so we learn more just about the vibrations that we put off and our energy and how to get to that centered space of who we really want to be and how we want to show up, and had some fun exercises setting intention around just who we want to be as humans. And we did a awesome yoga session together led by Des. She's a great, wonderful yoga instructor for, people that have never done yoga and people that are very advanced. It was just really great. And then we walked through a meditation, breath work, and visualization session that was deep. I think I heard from at least three of our team members that said, dang, I'm going to sleep good tonight. Like that, in a great way. It took a lot of energy because of the emotional depth of those types of things. So it was really cool. And then we wrapped up and had lunch with Des and Amy and just some enjoyable time with them. They're also clients of ours. So it's just fun to go deeper with them outside of the normal, business stuff. And then we had a health chat by Chelsea. She taught us about toxicity. Oh my gosh, there's so much scary stuff out there about like the toxins in our food. And oh my gosh, so many great takeaways. And she is passionate about health. And it was awesome to have that teaching moment by Chelsea Sanger to be able to just help us all get better. And I think each of us walked away with like new products we want to buy. And I already have bought. And I never put plastic in the microwave anymore with food in it. So thank you, Chelsea. So it was really great. And then we had a guest facilitator and an extension of our team, Jason Cochran. He taught us the impact filter. It is a way of clearly articulating and strategizing a focus, basically, like in a one sheet document. Like, how do I take this problem and break it down to really get to the impact of what this problem or challenge is going to make and how to activate it? It's pretty cool. So I think we'll be using that impact filter as a team. And then Jason led us through a conversation around AI And that was pretty fascinating. I feel like we could have gone on for hours about that. So how we leverage AI, how we're using it now, what we could be using in the future. So awesome. And then Q Rayleigh, Queen Mai Rayleigh, she's one of the best cooks. Oh my gosh, this girl, she is an incredible chef, especially Vietnamese food. Oh my goodness, if you like some pho or some spring rolls, she can cook and they're amazing. And so she treated us to a Vietnamese experience dinner. It was so awesome. And then Stephanie had a fun, like, I don't know, reflection, life hacks exercise for us. We had like a bowl of we pulled out little pieces of paper, and on it was like a conversation topic that was about like something like a life hack you've learned, or a how would you respond in this situation, or what's your favorite, whatever. It was really fun. We had a lot of laughs over that. And then finally, on our last day, we kicked the day off with just some, morning coffee and kind of hanging out. We had talked about maybe doing some move our bodies and get out and go for a hike or do some yoga or whatever, but ended up that everybody was just chatting in the morning. It's like you gain momentum as the retreats go on and you just want to hang with each other, and doing some cooking together in the morning to set the day was really great. And then we had a conversation around optimizing our project management CRM software. We use Monday.com, and also our communication software, which is Slack. And oh my gosh, you talk about that paper on the wall. We got so many key takeaways from this. Like, how do we make this better? How do we condense and, optimize our processes? And then Chelsea, who leads our operations, she's going back and already has like implemented a number of these. And then we did a fun brunch. We all kind of pitched in for this brunch and did a big, awesome eating experience while we walked through a debrief of every client that is a People Forward Network client. We talked about their focus, why they work with us, their goals, problems that we want to solve with them, high focus areas, and just all got to do this just deep dive review in a very fast way. And so I walked through, like, we use Monday.com, like I said, and we walked through each and every client and just shined a light on why they do the work that they do. And, just hot focus areas. How do we help them get better? Anywhere that we're stuck in helping them. And then, yeah, we wrapped up. Our final conversation was, hey, remember we set our intention for how do we make this a hell yes experience when we first sat down at this table. Now, in reflecting back, what would you say was your takeaway? Like, did we do that? And I feel like everyone was like, absolutely. We really had a very grounded time. We built relationships. We laughed. Lucy brought this unexpected game that was just hilarious and maybe a little inappropriate, but oh my goodness, we had fun. And just reflected, it was like group hug, before everybody was leaving, and just wrapped up on a very good high note. And I think everyone was leaving recharged and tired. And the cool part was we did our retreat Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So then everyone's headed home. We wrapped up about noon, and then off to the weekend to then, get some rest. Cause I wouldn't say that we slept a ton. We went to bed a decent hour, but there was just a lot going on. So then be able to have that weekend. I love that. And I want to do that again where we're on the tail end of the week like that. I think last time we did it midweek. So I hope that this inspired you. I want to say, co-creating the experience with your team is so powerful, and probably starting about 2 months in advance with actual co-creation. I think it's really powerful to get in nature for the place that you do your retreat. It's like, it's just you and the team, no distractions. You're out away from everything. I think there's so much power there. And then having an agenda and having each person have an opportunity to contribute, also being agile with the agenda and flexible. And then having a way to keep these key takeaways that, for an individual, I wrote down things, me personally, that I learned, like about emails and how to make them better, or, someone else's tip about how they start their day and part of their morning routine, or ways I wanted to level up my why and my strengths. I put that in my own journal. We all had journals there. We actually brought like really fun stickers to like make our journals more fun. And then we had our flip chart paper on the wall, which was the team's takeaways for, hey, it's going to go on the wall if it's something that we want to go back and take as an action, or, we need to brainstorm this further. And my goodness, our cup is filled. We were blessed with such great weather, but I highly encourage you to, think about getting away in nature, and also what time of year is kind of a drag. And I think all of us agree it's like winter months. And so we've been doing this in February. That's our regular retreat time. So just encourage you to think with intention about the design of the why, the where, the how, the what. And I hope that you have a wonderful experience. And whether you're, able to do a retreat, now or close to now, take some of these things and incorporate them into, meetings or group sessions or things that you have scheduled for each other, or add something on the calendar to get together. And I hope that there's something of benefit here for you. We had so much fun. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.